Hey everybody, it's Jason with the Board Game Mechanics, and today we're going to take a look at a game called Dungeon Allies. Dungeon Allies is a game designed by Mark Haney, published by Joe Magic Games. It says it plays 3 to 5 players, but I played this at 2 and it was fine. 12 ages 12 plus, 60 to 90 minutes. So I don't understand the reason for 3, but that's what the box says. So what you're doing in this is everyone is taking on the role of a different group of warriors, and we're trying to go into the dungeon. We're trying to fight some monsters. We're trying to get some treasure, maybe free some prisoners, go to the tavern, get some more people to come join our force. So ultimately, we can have more dice to place on the board to do those actions. That's it. Collecting crystals, spinning crystals, getting coins, trying to have the most coins at the end of the game. That's it. So that's enough talking about it. Let's go on the table. Check it out. All right, so here's a game of Dungeon Allies, all set up for 2 players. Now, setup is pretty easy. You're going to put the board in the middle of the table, put all these monster tiles in the excursion section of the board, which I've done here. Lantern side up, and then you will do 1 crystal in each of these spaces, 1 gold coin here. You'll shuffle the tavern deck, which looks like that on the back, the tiles, and put those face up. Shuffle all of the cards, which have this back, and put 1 of those on each of those spaces. Then you will put all the crystals in some kind of cup or box or something. The game says box lid, but I'm using my favorite cup. And then you're going to give each player 2 tiles that have this back, and this will be your starting characters. They will have a trait and then just an art character down there. And then what you're going to do is you're going to assign your 4-sided die with this chit to one of them, and then your 6-sided die to the other one, and you're going to put the rest of the dice on the appropriate little dice markers so you know when it's out there who it belongs to. And then you're going to roll your percentage die here, which I've done. High number will go first, and you will get the appropriate gem that you are on top of. And then we're ready to play. All right, so this game is a worker placement game, a dice placement game, where we are going to be going into the dungeon or the excursions, wherever we're going to fight monsters. We're going to be determining turn order. We're going to be claiming some treasure, training our workers, going to the tavern to recruit more people, freeing some prisoners, making some trades at the market, and visiting the sorcerer for some awesome magical items. All right. So without much more talking, let's just get into it. So purple is first. So when it's your turn, we're going to place a die, and we're going to keep going until everybody's placed their die. Then in number order, starting with 1 through 8, we're going to resolve the dice based on turn order. Okay? And I'll explain all that when we get there. So I think the first thing I want to do is, I'm actually going to send my 6 here. There's 9 spaces here, and I'm going to train this guy up, and it's going to cost me 0 to do that. Some of the other ones are going to be more expensive. So first come, easier to do. Then it will be green's turn, and green actually wants to, they're going to try to fight a monster. So let's go, and they're going to randomly pick one. If you have a red gem, you can discard it to illuminate to look at 2 tiles and then pick one. But they're going to randomly pick one. You can pick any that you want. Yellow is easy, medium's hard, blue is medium, red is hard. So at the beginning, before you get your big dice, you want to go probably to one of these easier ones. So let's go there. Okay. Then it's back to purple. Purple is going to, they want to get some crystals. So let's just go here. They're going to go here and take, I'll take the yellow one. And then it's blue, green's turn, and green is going to go over here to a card because I want to explain those. Let's just go, let's go here. All right, now we're going to resolve all these locations starting at 1. So if there are multiple people here, we go in turn order, but green's the only one here, so we'll flip a monster. The monster is going to have a couple different things to look at. It's going to have the strength that it's in based on the location. So yellow is again the weakest, red's the strongest. It's going to have a vulnerability, and what that means is I sent my 6-sided character, so this one. If that symbol matched that symbol, the die that I roll will be worth double. So in this case, it's not, so it's just a regular die. And then it's going to have a reward of coins, which is the points in the game. It's where you're trying to get the most coins. if you win. So I'm going to take my die, and we're going to fight this. I need a 4. And I get a 3. I do have a blue die, a blue crystal, but I'm actually not going to use it because I need a blue crystal for over there. So I don't win. Oh, I'm sorry, I have this character. It's green still, I'm not winning. So even if you don't defeat the monster, it just goes away because this is the timer of the game. If you take it, if you beat it, you take it and you claim the reward. Then we're going to go to 2, the one with the 2. We'll go to 3, that's the treasure. Purple went to treasure, so they take their die back and they take a yellow. If it's a green or a clear crystal, they are guarded and the gold is guarded. The only way to capture those is by defeating a monster. Then we're going to go to 4. Purple is training, so they're going to do that for free. So what that means is they're going to train their 6-sided die to an 8-sided die. And now that one's a little bit stronger, which is cool. Then we're going to go to 5, which is here. Nobody's at the tavern. 6, nobody's freeing any prisoners. 7, no one's trading. 8, green is going to take a card. So level 1 costs a blue, level 2 costs a yellow, level 3 costs a green. And what that means is level 1, we're in level 1 until there's 8 monsters gone. We're in level 2 once there's 16 gone. And we're in level 3 once all of them are gone. Okay, so that's kind of how that works. So at level 1, you have to pay a blue crystal. You take your die back, and then you take the card, and it's going to be a way to score points at the end of the game. So green's going to get 1 point for every 2 blue crystals that they have. All right, and that's the end of the round. So what happens now is we're going to refresh the board. So we'll fill up any empty spaces over here with a new card. We'll put 1 new crystal and 1 new coin over here. If the turn order had changed, we would adjust that accordingly. Then we'll put in some new stuff. So green, blue, red. And we got a yellow. Okay. And now we're ready to go. Purple's still first. So they will go. And I think they're going to send out this one. They're going to train this 4 up to a 6. Now you can't train the 4 up until the 6 has been trained because the 6 has to be available. And now it is. Okay, and then it's green's turn. Green wants to... They want to take some crystals. They need blue, so they're going to just go send their 4 here and get some crystals. Not guarded because there's no green or clear. Back to purple. Purple is going to fight some monsters. And they're going to spend their red crystal to look at 2 tiles and pick one. So let's see. That one's a 3. And then this one, let's look at this one. And that one's a 5. So we're going to pick this one. Okay. None of them had the vulnerability, so I didn't have to worry about that. And then back to green. I think green wants to... They want to go first. Maybe they'll fight a monster. Yeah, they're going to go fight a monster. So they're going to come here. Right there. Okay. So now that's it. All the workers are out. So, starting in turn order, at number 1, purple is going to fight their monster, which is this one. They need to roll a 3. No vulnerability because they're fighting with the blue. That's the armor. They got a 5. They defeated it. So they'll keep the monster. They get a coin. They now have 1 point, which is good. And then their die comes back. And now, if they were taking any guarded treasure, they would be able to do that because they defeated a monster. Now it's green. Green is going to fight this one. And it is a green vulnerability. So what that means is whenever they roll on this die will be doubled. So they only have to get a 3. So they have to basically roll a 2 or higher. And it's way dead. So they got a 12. They could have done the middle one and they would have been good. So they keep this monster. They get a coin. And now if they were getting some guarded treasure, they could get the guarded treasure. All right. Now we will go to 2. Nobody's there. Down to 3. Green is taking some gems. Put them right there. And then we'll go to 4. 4 is going to level up. Purple's leveling up from their 4 to their 6. And I'm going to explain why they wanted to do that in a minute. Well, it makes their die better, but there's another reason. 5, no one's there. 6, no one's there. 7, no one there. 8, no one there. Okay, now we're going to set up for the next round. So, no new cards because all the cards are out. We get new crystals. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Another coin, and then we're ready to go. All right. So, now, purple's first. Now, the reason they wanted to level up is they're going to go to the tavern. And they're going to send their 6-sided die to the tavern. This is a bidding space. So what that means is The only way to recruit these people is with your D4. So if you don't have a D4, you're out of the running to get the tavern. So had this player also had a D4, this player could go there with coins as well to try to outbid the other player. But since the other player doesn't have a D4, there's no need for that. So they're going to go there and get a new person to join their adventure. All right. Now it's green's turn, and green, they need blue gems. They're going to try to fight a monster again. So they're going to go here. And they're going to go here. They're going to fight one of these middle ones because they have a green gem, and green gems are awesome for fighting. So let's pick this one. Don't know what's going to happen, but we'll see. All right, then we got this D8 here with this character. They want to get some crystals, so let's just go here. Let's go here. And then green is going to... They're going to try to fight, make sure they fight that monster. So they're going to try to get this guarded treasure, but we'll see. All right, so let's go. So number 1 is green. Green has to get a 7, and they also have a green gem, which will let them roll another die, and they also have a blue, which will let them re-roll. So I think they're going to roll another die, and they're going to roll their 20. So they'll spend their green gem. So now they only have to get 7 to hit this. They don't have any vulnerability. They have 20, so this one's toast. And they now get 2 coins. All right, good job. And then this will go back to the thing. This will go back to the thing. Now we're moving on to 2. Nobody went to turn order. Green is at 3. They did defeat a monster, so they can take all of this bad boy stuff. And I might have taken that green one last turn without defeating a monster. Sorry if I did that. And then purple will take these, not guarded, because there's no green and clear. Take their die back. No one's at 4. At 5. All right, so purple is going to get this character. Comes into their party. They get the 4. Again, this can be upgraded just like normal. But the only way to take it is by taking the 4. Now they have 3 people in their adventuring party to send dice out, which is pretty cool. And that's the end of the round. So we'll set up again. Let's do one more round. Why not? So we have a red, a blue, a yellow, a green, and a coin. And all right, and purple's ready. Purple's going to send their D4 out. And they're going to come over here, and they're going to try to take all this gold. All right. And green is going to go level up. Oh, nope, not with that one. With this one. And then purple is going to... What's yellow do? Double 1. Ooh, that's cool. So they're going to go fight a monster. I think they're going to try to fight one of these bad boys down here. With that. And then green has their D4. They're going to grab some crystals. Right there. And I am also going to... I'm going to take a card. So I'm going to go here and take this card. Because that'll give me 3 points for all of my hired tavern help. So there we go. So purple, number 1. They're fighting this one. They need a 9. This is only a D8. So they're going to use possibly that, which will let them double 1 non-vulnerability. It's not a vulnerability because I'm fighting it with this. That's blue. That's a helmet. So we have 1. That's not going to do it. So let's re-roll it. Spin the blue. That lets me re-roll 1 die. 5. I'm going to double it with my yellow. That'll give me 10. That will let me fight it. So 10 beats a 9. I get 3 coins. Now I've defeated that monster. So the treasure that I was going for that's guarded, I can take, which is nice. So this comes back. No one's at 2. We're both at 3. Green can take these because there's no... It's not guarded. I can take these. They are guarded, but I defeated a monster. So that's good for me. I get a lot of coins. And then I can take... Oh, I can't take that anymore because I spent my blue. Oh, dang it. So I can't get anything because I mismanaged. Oh, we're here first. So 6 is actually going to go to the D8. That comes over here. And now we come over here. I can't do anything because I spent my blue gem. So that's it. We'll refill the board. Blue, yellow, green. and a clear crystal and a coin. And that's how the game's going to keep going until the monsters are gone. Then you're going to finish that round, and then whoever has the most points is the winner. And all points is gold, and any points that you're going to get from the cards. So you're getting crystals just to use them during the game, but if there's a tie, these clear ones here will break that tie. And also, the clear one is amazing. It will let you defeat one monster automatically based on the level that we're on. So I could defeat one level 1 monster if I had that crystal just by turning it in, which is pretty cool. So that's it. That's how you play Dungeon Allies. Let's go up the top, see what we think about it. All right, well, that was Dungeon Allies. So I'm going to talk about the components a little bit, but this is like an indie game. I'm pretty sure, Mark, from what I've read, I don't know this to be 100% true, but these are all self-published. Some of them are handmade, and I don't know about this. This might be from GameCrafter. I don't know all that for sure, but it definitely has an indie feel to it. So I'm not going to go into a ton of the components. Just know there's decent cardboard, graphic design and art is, indie, low budget. I don't care about that stuff, but you may. Some of the characters, it's pretty simple iconography. There's a person there, and then the class that they are for like monster purposes. But the highlights, bag of gems. I love these gems. It's so satisfying reaching into a cup or a bag to pull those bad boys out. And the way the dice work. So the dice is the crux of the game, and I really enjoy this. So everybody's going to get all these dice. So this is a D12. To go along with that, you're going to get these tokens, which you put your die on top of. So when that die goes out, you know which warrior it belongs to. And I think that's a cool idea. You don't have to have custom dice. You don't have to do any of that. Cheaper alternative, again, indie game, and it serves its purpose. So I dig all that. I like how it goes all the way up to a D20. We have a D4, which is terrible. You're using your percentage tile, you die just for turn order, which I think is a pretty cool idea. So that's the highlight. And there's a ton of different colors of dice. I love this color. That's a fantastic color. But yeah, components they're pretty good though. They're nice quality. They may not look the best. So we'll leave it at that. But this game is fun. I've only played it at 2 players. I didn't even realize the box said 3 to 5. So I didn't feel any problems with 2. So if you're going to play it at 2, just play it at 2. You'll have fun. I really enjoyed the fighting the monsters. It was kind of a little bit of push your luck. I like that unless you're using a red crystal. But then even at that, you're only going to get a look at 2 monsters. So you're still trying to go to a place randomly to see what happens. And then you're going to roll some dice. Try to meet the outcome so you can get some gold. I like training up the warriors. But you have to have this die available. You've already had to train up this die, or your 6, and then train this one into a 6, because this one has to be available to take the person out of the tavern. So there's a little bit of pre-planning ahead to try to end up getting more people to join your team. Getting the crystals, all of them have special powers. That's fantastic. They all can score different ways for you. I love that. The card powers are cool. Again, more ways to score points at the end of the game, because the points at the end of the game are just these cards and coins. I like it. It's a fun little game. It's a worker placement game of sorts. You're placing dice instead of actual workers, but it's smooth. And I like the games where you put your dice out first, and then once all the dice are out, then you are going to resolve them in number order. We just played a game not that long ago. Well, we played it a while back, but just this week of the time of recording this, called Quetzal. Same kind of deal. You're throwing meeples, and then you're putting meeples on the board wherever you want, and then once everybody's out of meeples, then you're going to resolve. I like that mechanism. It works in that game, and it works in this game. And yeah, I don't have much else to say. I like it. So yeah, I'm going to give this a BGM Accepted seal. Even in spite of like the production issues and the low quality look, that doesn't bother me. I like Martin Wallace games. So I'm going to give this a 7 on BGG, which is a BGM Accepted seal, which is a 3.5 out of 5 wrenches on an arbitrary wrench scale. That means absolutely nothing. But what I think of the games that we enjoy, and that's what I'm going to do. So that is Dungeon Allies from Joe Magic Games. I'm Jason with the Boardgame Mechanics, and as always, keep gaming.